Oh, and welcome back to the Talos Principle 2. We will be today finishing the Lost Marshes. As far as I remember, we completed all the puzzles in the area. So we now only have to build the bridge and activate the tower. Or fire the laser gun. Here is the bridge. Okay, that will do. Oh!
Hear me, friend, and heed my words. Beware Pandora. She is nothing but fear and despair, and she will do anything to prevent you from reaching the flame. It is she who disrupted the trials of the Sphinx, and who bound me in the...
And he's interrupted. Of course he's interrupted.
Well done, 1K. Looks like our hypothesis was correct. The megastructure is opening again. Everyone come to the VTOL, please. It's time to find Athena.
What about Pandora? She seems capable of displacing or controlling the other entities.
We should be careful, but we can't let such a vague threat paralyze us. Just keep your eyes open.
It's one of the first cases when I see the triangle shape on top being lit up. Oh well. We will release a few more stars in the temple, and then we'll head to the VTOL. That is the plan.
There's something I've been thinking about. I know the New Alexandria disaster was traumatic. I know accidents like that make us think that it's best to stick to what we have. But what about all the accidents that have happened in New Jerusalem that nobody talks about? The collapse of the Rakovsky building. The Calvin Street explosion. The derailment that almost killed Benaroya and Canada. All of those happened because we stopped investing enough resources in our civilization. And if Melville hadn't been put in charge of city maintenance, this would still be happening.
It will happen again either way. With how little we have to work with, it's only a matter of time.
You see, there may be a price for pursuing progress, but there's also a price for not pursuing it.
Well, every action has its consequences. Let me briefly do one thing. Yep, we are back, right? I forgot to put a power limit on my GPU, and so it fired up. It's very loud and noisy, and if I don't see any performance issues with the lower power limit, I don't see any reason not to lower it. Now, stars. The center shape is done. It's funny how... Not funny, it's interesting how we can see some elements of the Golden Gates lighting up, but in other areas, not here. Perhaps if you complete the Golden Gates in other areas, then the reward for completing them will light up these gates. Okay, let's head in.
All right, here we go again.
This time from another side.
Determine the relationship between the megastructure and Athena. Did she find it? Did she build it? Why was she here in the first place? Explore, dig up anything you can. We need to start finding answers.
I can't imagine one person building all this.
Don't forget about Miranda. There were at least 2 of them.
I can't imagine 100 people building this.
All right, everyone. Have a look around, but stay in touch and be careful.
1K, can you stay a moment? I'd like to talk to you. I know you can't wait to start exploring, but just hear me out, okay?
Sure.
I'm concerned. Byron is brilliant, but all he can think about is the possibility of finding Athena. She was his mentor, and her disappearance shattered him. I'm afraid he's not seeing the dangers of the megastructure. To me, this place seems chaotic, dysfunctional. Yes, it's all very impressive, but I think it's broken. And what we're seeing is, it's nonsense, frankly. You've interacted with it more than anyone. What do you think?
I think what you're saying is nonsense. The lasers open it, it functions, there is stuff inside that works, there is the body replication tech and mind transfer tech that still works, the particle clouds are all operational, so no. I think all of it is intentional. We are meant to do something here.
So you see it that way too, huh?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. I hope so. But please, be careful.
All right. Yo. Okay.
I'm headed deeper into the megastructure.
Of course you are.
Quite sure where I am. Seem to be right in the middle of the machinery.
Please, watch yourself, Byron.
This is incredible. I don't even know how to describe what I'm seeing. I don't think this is a building. I think this is a machine.
I mean, according to Stratton, everything is a machine. lore overrun. False leads, errors, frustration, effects ripple out an enormous distances, waves. We need to move experiments further apart. Can we literally bootstrap this to any scale? Yep.
Why don't you just tell people that they're wrong? If you tell them the truth, they'll listen.
It's not that simple. Straton wrote that the most common error we commit is to think that ideas determine reality, when in fact the opposite is true. Ideas follow from material conditions. Belief systems are formed to explain and justify the way we live. We did not have kings because we believed in the mandate of heaven. We believed in the mandate of heaven because we lived in monarchies.
But we have free will.
Oh, free will isn't the same as freedom, Miranda. We're not free from the constraints of reality or history. I was shaped by the simulation. New Jerusalem is shaped by its limitations.
So, what? We're just trapped? History can only go one way?
Maybe, maybe not. The question is, how do we free ourselves? How do we build a world where our ideas do shape reality? That's why we came here.
Cornelius was here.
I knew it! Athena's here. She built this.
That other voice, was that Cornelius?
It definitely sounded like him.
Come to think of it, he went on a research expedition around the time Athena vanished. He was gone for years. People thought he'd died.
And all this time, he knew where she was?
We should talk to him.
We will, when we get back. But right now, we have to focus on finding Athena. We are so close.
I will admit, I'm getting irritated by how Byron is just locked in on Athena. It's like he's obsessed with finding her, he's obsessed with getting the answers why he was abandoned, why he was left behind. Like, why did he not have a chance to take part in building that or going on a research with her? Now that he knows that Cornelius had this chance, maybe he will resent Cornelius. What if he finds her and she does not have any answer for him? More lasers. Has this thing changed the gravity? Yeah.
Are those surfaces magnetic?
No, it's anti-gravity. Yakut was right. I should have known.
So we are now
I'm over here.
also messing with perspective.
For you.
He has a funny gait. Anyway.
Same pattern as before. 3 beams, 3 receivers.
I guess we know what to do.
Be careful. The sheer amount of power running through this place.
I'll take care of this puzzle. You do the other 2, okay?
Oh.
This is kind of fun. Maybe Alexandra Drennan was right. Play is part of what makes us human. Got it. Is there anything in the system that could tell us where Athena is?
I don't know. Someone's logged into the system. But when I try to access that information, it all glitches out.
Suspicious. Oh god, how many of these things are here? Well, anyway, I found something blue, so let's try to do the blue. Where the heck am I even leading this thing? Eh? 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 No, seriously, what the hell is going on? I cannot... Oh, I can't step over from it. Okay, thank you. The layout is very confusing, but I know that if you're saying white, that means that I should not go here. Should try to find more blue. This is where I came from. Okay. All right. No. Okay, that should be the blue puzzle. There might be two entrance. No, that's the single entrance. Okay, we do need to find the green one though. Somewhere over there. How do I get there? Double space is to disengage from gravity surface. Okay. God damn it. I need to find my bearings again. Yeah, there is the green. reach it from here, can I? Yeah, I believe this is where I have entered this place. Can I make it over here? I mean, this might lead me, yeah, to the final door. Okay, a bit more. I admit I have lost any sense of direction. Interesting. How? What the? I don't... I mean, I cannot do that. It must be an uninterrupted surface. Hey. I feel like this is certainly a mistake.
Anyone, but I think the ground is shaking.
According to the system, whole parts of the interior are moving around. Like it's rearranging itself.
I think that's what happened last time. When I took the elevator, the platform where I got out just moved away.
Okay, alright. No panic, it was a bit simpler than I thought. We have a connector and a jammer. For now, let's take the... No, it's a drill. How most peculiar. Well, let's take a drill and see what's over here. There is nothing. Ain't that cool? It should be clear that I am missing an item. This is where I have entered, so I'm not looking here. This is a jammer that could be very useful. Okay, I see another wall to drill. Maybe. Yes. So now at least we can do this. And we can do this. And we can take a jammer. So now we need... Don't need inverter. We definitely need a drill. We definitely need a jammer. And we need a connector. Okay.
The gate's opening. I'm heading in.
Byron is hell-bent on finding Athena. What if he never does? Or what he, like, as I said, what if he finds her? And she's like, nah, I don't feel like giving you any answers, sorry. No idea where this thing takes me, but only one way to find out. Wall jump. Wall run. That's what I wanted to say. Another terminal. And Byron is there.
This is fascinating. They were both here, Athena and Cornelius. They had a plan. I found a file that...
Oh damn, he overloaded?
Byron's trapped in the overload. He's failing to disconnect.
The whole system's going haywire.
1K, get out of there! Everyone back to the VTOL!
Prometheus Bound. Can we not save Byron?
We have to go. Now!
Oh damn.
We can't just leave Byron behind.
Yeah, Coot, we have no idea where he is or what's happening to him. But right now, if we stay here, we could all die.
The system's going completely bananas. Energy spikes everywhere.
We'll come back for Byron, I promise.
What have you done, you fools? Mortals are not meant to tread these halls. Why will you not heed my warnings?
We want fire.
Trying to harm you, creatures of clay. All I wish is to protect you and the rest of your kind. What more must I do to make you understand? If you cannot be reasoned with, I must bar your path.
You know, Elohim also claimed that he's doing his best for us.
Energy emissions are messing with the VTOL systems. Okay, I think I've got it working. Get here quickly, 1K.
I am running on top of my lungs, okay? Which I don't have. Which makes this whole metaphor useless, but listen, I'm trying my best. That's the point. Oh, I could have jumped inside.
Okay, we're out. Now what?
Looks like the southern sites are active. The readings are strangely jumbled, though.
Should I set us down?
Yes, but just to drop off Melville.
What?
We're going back to New Jerusalem. This situation has gotten out of control. We need to regroup. Rushing in blindly isn't going to save Byron. But we also need someone to stay here and keep an eye on things. Melville, that's you.
All right. I'll see if I can make any sense of these systems while you're gone.
Just keep a safe distance, okay?
Will do.
Good. Well, 1K, I guess it's time for you and me to take a nap.
Do not lose hope, my child. In these difficult moments, find solace in your friends and in the home that you share.
Here we are. Got an update from Melville. The power spikes are continuing, but no news from Byron.
All right. Thank you, Yakut.
Why was I...
It's all ready for the next trip. I'll talk to the mayor.
Why was I able to take the overloads?
Museum of the Simulation and talk to Cornelius. Let's see what he has to say for himself.
Alright. Can I talk to any of you? Nope. City News. The expedition to the Founders Island has suffered a serious setback as all contact with Byron was lost during a foray into the interior of the Megastructure. Byron is assumed to be alive, but trapped within a data stream overload and unable to disconnect. Several sources in the government expressed a lack of surprise at this turn of events, citing the first companion's history of rash behavior. Hopefully this gets people thinking about the dangers of populism, one source told me. It's been alarming to see people suddenly falling for this utopian foolishness. GEMIFEX is open. I'm very happy to announce that the Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction exhibition is now open to visitors. Come play the 3 winning works at the Gehenna Memorial Pavilion. By Niamh. The pessimist is commonly spoken of as the man in revolt. He is not. Firstly, because it requires some cheerfulness to continue in revolt, and secondly, because pessimism appeals to the weaker side of everybody, and the pessimist therefore drives as roaring a trade as the publisher. The person who is really in revolt is the optimist, who generally lives and dies in a desperate and suicidal effort to persuade all the other people how good they are. It has been proved 100 times over that if you really wish to enrage people, and make them angry, even unto death, the right way to do it is to tell them they are all sons of God. Jesus Christ was crucified. It may be remembered, not because of anything he said about God, but on a charge of saying that a man could in 3 days pull down and rebuild the temple. Every one of the great revolutionists, from Isaiah to Shelley, have been optimists. They have been indignant not about the badness of existence, but about the slowness of man in realizing its goodness. The prophet who is stoned is not a brawler or a marplot. He is simply a rejected lover. He suffers from an unrequited attachment to things in general. Everybody say rest in peace, Byron.
The world is full of suffering. Every living organism suffers. Animals kill other animals to eat. And it always ends with death, torn apart or wasting away. This is what surrounds us. This is what's happening outside those walls, every hour of every day. It's our ethical responsibility as sentient beings to lessen suffering. That's what it means to be human. To understand that it is your duty to transform this world into something better. That's what the founder meant when she said that we can turn the world into a work of art. Despite what happened to him, Byron was right. We have to keep going.
This is blasphemy. Byron was punished for failing the founder's trials, and you want us to dig deeper? Just because you can't accept that suffering is natural and necessary?
Please, everyone, stop using the public frequency. If you want to argue, use your interface or speak in person.
It's quite rainy today, is it not?
Welcome back.
So.
Attention all citizens. The Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition is now open to visitors. However, please note that due to an unauthorized strike, public transport will be temporarily unavailable. May the founder be with you.
Niamh.
Welcome to the Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition. Oh, it's you, 1K. Please tell me, you were there when everything went sideways. Do you think Byron will be all right?
Well, I sure hope so. But the honest answer is I don't know.
That sounds dangerous. Make sure you find him and pull him out. He is a menace, but we need him. But anyway, you've come to take a well-deserved break from your expedition. So let's talk about something else.
What's Gehenna?
Gehenna was a place in the simulation. A prison where Elohim exiled the minds that didn't fit his plans. In time, the prison became a community with a culture of its own.
What happened to these people?
In the very last moments of the simulation, Elohim realized what he'd done and sent his messenger Uriel to free the prisoners. They were uploaded to the gold disc, and their legacy is part of all of us.
Why text adventures?
Text adventures were one of the few art forms available to the people of Gehenna. By continuing to work in that medium, we keep their memory alive.
How do you see the role of the artist in society?
I don't think the role of the artist should be reduced to any single social function. The artist isn't an educator or a moralist. Art isn't about teaching us lessons or imparting values. Nor do I think it's simply self-expression. The best art reaches out beyond the self, into something ineffable. The creative impulse can't really be quantified or predicted. That's why artistic freedom is so profoundly essential. Without the freedom to shock, to offend, to transgress, art becomes stagnant.
Alright. Ghosts of Atlantis, Jefferson, Goldboom, and the Specter of Modernity, and Argument Simulator by Guta. A short punchy work of games as commentary. Do you agree with the conclusion it suggests? No, okay. Goldboom, Socrates, or Library Assistant? Library Assistant. It's true, it's false, it's not true, it's not true. Well, it's not true means it's false, so it's true. I assert the opposite. Well, you're wrong. No, you are. I can contradict you. Your contradiction is self-defeating. I question your axiomatic principles. Your question begs your assertion. The foundation of your thinking are incorrect. That's the opposite of the truth. Oh, this is obviously incorrect. No, it isn't. I can contradict you. I don't accept the underlying logic of your contradiction. Well, I question your metaphysics. Your side will never be right. I mean, is there a point to that? Let's find out what we agree on. Okay, it feels like a good idea for us to understand one another better. Okay. Specter of Modernity, another story in the much celebrated Jefferson Goldblum shared universe, originated in Gehenna. It maintains the characteristic writing style of the series, but focuses on a new set of themes. You, Jefferson Goldblum, deftly step out of your charging pod and walk into the main lobby of the Goldboom Institute. It is a humble abode filled with a small 4-seater sofa, a table, a coffee bar, and an arboretum. Jeannie HD, your fiancée and the leading member of the Kazarati Wirstrasse jazz ensemble, greets you from the sofa with while Frankie Soy Sauce waves from the coffee bar, and the velociraptor John Malcolm drives out of the arboretum on his motorcycle, wearing his green armored t-shirt. Well, clearly I want to talk to the velociraptor, so please let's talk to John Malcolm. Chirp, chirps John Malcolm. You clutch your guitar, perplexed by the strange greeting. John, are you well? I am fine, my friend, John says as he gets out of his motorcycle. I am merely practicing the song of my ancestors. Your ancestors? The mighty hawk and the humble red robin. As you are descended from the apes, us dinosaurians are descended from the folk of the air. Life, my friend, is a never-ending cycle, one species rising from the ashes of the last. You are about to comment on the prodigious size of John's wisdom when a klaxon resounds throughout the Goldboom Institute. Ask John what's happening. Chirp chirp, chirp chirps John loudly before he shrugs his reptilian shoulders. Sorry my friend, I'm afraid this saying doesn't translate very well. Maybe you should shut the klaxon off before we continue this conversation? Shut it, shoot it, or play my guitar. Shoot it off. You try to aim your gun at the machine before you inconveniently remember that you don't have a gun. Oh no, cries Genie HD. Jefferson, don't you remember that you are a pacifist now? You must do something else against this dreadful noise. Guess the password. You try to guess the password using the unbreakable cipher 654321 passed down by your ancestors, but the central computer system tells you that the password must contain at least one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, a symbol, a number, and a hieroglyph. Oh drat, Frankie Soy Sauce shrieks. Jefferson, what will you do now? Guess again. You consider this conundrum. The code has to be devilishly complex, for sure, for your mathematically inclined brain knows that the code with so many variables is almost impossible to crack. After much thought, you finally enter 6A4 capital E ampersand to 1 and the Egyptian hieroglyph QJS depicting a man riding 2 giraffes. The klaxon, unimpressed by this, blares on. Play your guitar. You unsling your guitar from your back and check the strings to make sure that they are in the proper order. And then you take a heroic stance with your chest puffed out, your legs splayed wide, and your guitar held heroically aloft. You play a chord. A perfect chord, followed by another equally perfect chord, and another, and another. As always, all the chords that you play are perfect. This is your greatest burden. Mollified, the klaxon shuts itself off. Talk to my team. You turn from the now silenced central computer console and look at your team, who are all gazing back at you with varying levels of wonderment in their eyes. Ask why the klaxon was blaring. John Malcolm dismounts his motorcycle with an air of certainty and queries the central computer console with sure taps of his reptilian claws upon the keyboard. It seems, John says, that the sensors have detected a threat of galactic magnitude. Oh no, cries Genie HD while Frankie Soy Sauce drops his cup of joe in fear. Ask what the threat is. A shudder goes through John's magnificent plumage. Something far more dangerous than anything we have encountered so far, Jefferson, he proclaims. Oh, John Malcolm, what is it? Exclaims Genie HD. What could it possibly be? We have already defeated the dastardly Dr. Elian. What could be more dangerous than him? This time, my friends, John says after a pause of precisely 2.5 seconds, we will be up against the Specter of Modernity. Ask what it is. So you ask while tuning your guitar for the coming battle? I'm glad that you asked, answers John. As you all well know, for I have told this tale many times, my people have feared for many millennia that this day would come. John smooths the feathers along his long neck with his claws. Please continue. The Spectre, as you also know, will bring an end to the old and ring in a new era of unparalleled technological advancement until there is no space left in the world for such cherished human and dinosaurian qualities like love, creativity, and ability to taste umami, loyalty, and friendship. The circle of renewal will end, and we will only move forward at an ever-accelerating pace until we reach the limits of existence itself. Ask when it will arrive. The Specter of Modernity travels at the speed of time itself, says John gravely. It has already arrived, Jefferson. We just haven't encountered it yet. Frankie turns from the coffee maker, a fresh cup of battery acid clutched carefully in his human fingers. We must do something, Jefferson. I do not care for umami, but if the Spectre takes away my ability to taste coffee, I do not know whatever I will do. Reassure him. All tastes are precious to us, Frankie, you say. Sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and yes, also umami. We shan't surrender any of them, for they are what renders us human. Take action. Friends, humans, dinosaurians, countrymen. Possessed by a sudden urge to act, you jump on the coffee maker, much to Frankie Soy Sauce's dismay. We cannot let this threat to our very way of life go unanswered. No, we must stand against this Spectre and not yield until we are victorious. Will you stand with me? Yes, my darling. Anything for human world, cries Genie HD. Friend, you know that I will stand by you until the bitter end, adds John Malcolm solemnly. For coffee, shouts Frankie Soy Sauce, and for love. But, asks Genie HD after the shouting and swearing of fealty is done, how will we prevail? The Specter of Modernity is too powerful for you to fight it on your own. Of course she's right, as she usually is. I'm taking my Velociraptor, I'm sorry guys. Ah, Jefferson, I'm honored that you would choose me as your companion on this quest, John says, flapping his flightless, sparsely feathered arms in gratitude. Together, we will defeat the Specter of Modernity and our adventures will live on in song for generations to come. Tell me, friend Jefferson, where shall I take us on my motorcycle? Let's go to the jungle. John's motorcycle carries you and your dinosaurian friend swiftly across mountains and dales until you arrive in the heart of the great jungle. Friend Jefferson, cries John mournfully, the terrain is too uneven for my trusty hog. We must dismount and continue on foot. You walk through the dense foliage, feeling a myriad of eyes upon you until you arrive at a clearing in the center of which stands a great mechanical clock tower. You know nothing good can come from such a terrible machine. Approach the tower. With a little other choice left by the treacherous terrain, you approach the tower. The clock's hand reach for you greedily. Oh no. Luckily, the sinister hands bounce off harmlessly on John Malcolm's armored t-shirt. Aha! You cry. I think you'll find that humans and dinosaurians will not be conquered quite as easily. You strum your guitar and John Malcolm calls for his brethren, the birds that live abundantly within the jungle, and together you bring the tower down. We are victorious, John Malcolm proclaims, only for his lipless, reptilian smile to fall when he gazes upon your worried face. What is Jefferson? This wasn't the Specter of Modernity, old friend. This was only its lieutenant. The true battle lies ahead of us still. But then you pick up a warped and twisted piece of metal in your fleshy hands and grin grimly. But mayhap, now that we know what stuff our adversary is made of, we stand a chance against him. Go to the islands. John's motorcycle is not swift enough to carry you across the turbulent waves that surround the islands. Together you stand on the shore, gazing out across the vast expanse of choppy water. I'm sorry, friend, bemoans the dinosaurians mournfully. My armored t-shirt makes it impossible for me to swim, and my motorcycle is not made to crest these waves. I have doomed our endeavor from the start. My reptilian brother, you say, resting your human hand upon John Malcolm's scaly shoulder. I would rather have failed with you than succeed at someone else's side. For we will be friends until the bitter end, and no matter what the future may hold, we just need to confront the Spectre as best we can, with the tools at our disposal. Go to the icy mountains. After a long day of travel, you arrive at the icy mountains. The great mountains are barren of plants and animal life, yet they are beautiful in their own way. Jagged and cragged and rugged, peaked with snow and gouged to the bedrock by merry little streams. But there seems to be nothing that could be useful in defeating the Specter of Modernity. Well, says your companion, what now? Forge on. I think we should continue, you say humbly. Don't you agree? Jefferson, so it has come to this, the motorcycle riding reptilian signs. Together we stand at the end of the world, figuratively and literally. Dinosaurians and humankind united in one last quest to save us all, and our only logical way is to forward and onward. You have an agreement. It is a beautiful thought. I'm not sad it is you that I find myself with here at the end, John continues. Just look upon this great, otherworldly beauty before us. The Specter of Modernity only sees the future, but these mountains have seen our entire past, and they have never bowed to change. Dear God, aren't they majestic, old friend? You are about to respond, but before you can open your mouth, the ground before you gapes open and a horrendous yet oddly beautiful figure with glowing red eyes and mighty antlers emerge from the depths. Who dares summon the dear God? It holds in a voice echoing as if in a deep cavern. Attempt to explain the misunderstanding. As the dust settles, you see before you a mighty white stag with glowing red eyes and golden antlers. You tremble bodily and quake in your boots as the apparition gazes upon you. Who hath summoned me, the dear booms? What foolish mortal dares to disturb my slumber? O great antlered one, you say earnestly. Your awakening is not the result of intent, but of homophony. The antlered creature cocks its head and its eyes flash menacingly, but it does not otherwise react. Ask for help. We are on a quest to destroy the Specter of Modernity, and we would ask for your help in our noble cause. And why would I help you, foolish mortal? Definitely talk about umami. Because you say, clutching your guitar sincerely to your chest. Because of umami? The great antlered one blinks. Come again? Umami, one of the 5 basic tastes. The beast laughs, and it sounds like the mountains are trembling. The very ground rumbles underneath your feet. How foolish of you, Jefferson Goldboom, to think that a herbivore deity could care about the savory taste. Be gone, and don't come back here again, puny human. And with that, the dear god vanishes back into the ground. Damn it. Okay. When you approach the lair of the Specter of Modernity, you decide to leave your companion behind, knowing that you cannot risk another life in this final confrontation. Sometimes heroes have to stand alone. Inside the mechanical lair, the Specter of Modernity waits for you, sitting translucently on a titanium throne. The Specter of Modernity, you murmur through gritted teeth. We meet at last. You are mistaken, Professor Dr. Goldboom, the Specter of Modernity says. We have met many times before. I am your father, and your mother. Request clarification. Who do you think inspired you to add the power of electricity to your guitar? Who upgraded Genie from SD to HD? Who indeed deciphered the mathematical secrets of the chords, that arcane knowledge upon which some of the greatest adventures depend? I was your ally all along, Jefferson. The foul wizard of crime has conspired to turn you against me. It was he who enchanted your klaxon. Attack! The Specter of Modernity laughs. Foolish human, you cannot defeat me. I shall conquer you and drag human world and the 9th dimension into the future kicking and screaming. All that is holy will be profaned, and there will be progress if it's the last thing I do. I think, you say coolly, that the last thing you should do is die. Flail about uselessly. You cannot stand against me, foolish human, the Spectre says with another laugh. All the powers you have ever had were my gifts to you. Even your precious guitar. And with that, it squishes you like an ant. The human world and ninth dimensions are doomed to an eternal forward march until finally all that is solid melts into thin air. Game over. Oh god. I want to pick another companion. I want to try to convince the dear god. So let's see. I have a fiancé and the leading member of the jazz ensemble. Okay. I have Frankie Soy Sauce. I mean, I'm having a guitar, so let's speak to Genie, right? Oh, Jefferson, cries Genie HD. Good morning. Good morning, Genie HD, you reply. Did you sleep well, my darling? Oh, Jefferson, I slept most dreadfully. Why is that? Is your charging port too hard? No, Jefferson, that's not it at all. Genie moans. My charging port is very comfortable. I don't know why I slept so poorly. But I woke up on this small 4-seater sofa, which is strange, because I went to sleep in my room. You think about this carefully while stroking your guitar. Genie HD has no problem recharging most nights. You are about to reply when a klaxon resounds through the Goldboom Institute. Shut it off. Play guitar. Talk to the team. Ask why it was blaring. Ask what this threat is. Take action. So, we're taking Genie with me. Oh, Jefferson, I will be the best companion you could wish for. But tell me, Jefferson, the Specter of Modernity travels along the continued sequence of existence and events that occur in an apparently irreversible succession from the past through the present, into the future, and is by definition already everywhere. Where can we possibly go to find a way to defeat it? Oh, just like that? I do not get to visit other places? Huh. No biggie, says the Spectre. Now let us defeat the Wizard of Crime together. Even now he conspires to steal all that you have accomplished with the power of his enchantments that confuse the mind. You rush back to the Goldboom Institute, where you find the Wizard of Crime taking advantage of the absence of your heroic friends, out seeking other ways to stop the Specter of Modernity, to rifle through your belongings. He is surprised to see you. I see my scheme has failed. Curses! Were it not for that scheming Spectre, I would have stolen all your wealth and added it to my ever-growing hoard. For that is my scheme, to steal and steal until the whole world is mine. And so you arrest the foul sorcerer instead of the development of human potential and become good friends with the Specter of Modernity. Just call me Mo, the Spectre says. I'm sure we'll have many wonderful adventures together. So, can I convince the deer to help me defeat the Spectre? Because apparently, with the Velociraptor and his motorcycle, I get to travel around. What if I check his findings? Okay. So we take action. We pick Johnny. Oh. Wait a second. Maybe I need to ask additional questions over there. Can I still do it then with Genie? Yeah, I wish I can like skip it at this point a bit faster. I mean, not like it takes a lot of time, but if I can just get directly to the point where I want to make a different choice, that would be more convenient. Why do I not... I'm confused. Why was I unable to revisit the deer? Because it even saves my progress between the runs, probably? A lyrical, atmospheric quasi-sequel to Atlantis, a classic work created by Lilith. The original game told the story of the inundation of the mythical island, no doubt reflecting the impending fate of the citizens of Gehenna. This will be our next game. For now, we will call it an episode. We are back in New Jerusalem. Hopefully we can run around. Maybe we have some more conversations. Maybe we see consequences from our first visit. And we do need to talk with Cornelius about Athena and the island. The dude, I suspect, knows a bit more than he lets other people know. But next time. For now, thank you for staying with me. I hope you enjoy my company and my gameplay, and if that is the case, please leave me a like and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, let me know down in the comments what I can improve for you. I hope to see you next time. Have a nice day out there, and bye.